Our velvet spiders got so big they need to be rehoused. Let's find out how we set them up in this video. Hello everyone and welcome back to Spooderpods. I am David and today we are rehousing our velvet spiders. They have gotten really big, they are really cute, and I wanted to give them a better enclosure and somewhere they can be happier and thrive in. So their old little baby enclosure has to go and they're going to something much better. So what did I pick for their new enclosure? I picked an Entoscaped mini critter keeper. Velvet spiders don't need quite as much space as other spiders because they tend to stay in one space and they don't really do the arboreal style. They're very much a terrestrial species. So I wanted to get them something that was enough space for multiples to live in one enclosure, but not so big where it'll be difficult to feed them or find them. And this Entoscaped mini critter keeper was absolutely perfect for this goal. Now it measures 15 by 10 by 10, so it gives me an ample amount of height and depth, but also a little bit more length so the spiders have their own territories, and that's why I selected it. I would also like to give a huge thanks to Entoscaped for basically giving me one of the critter keepers, because we got two sets of them, so I already had one, and then Entoscaped gave me another one to rehouse some. Thank you very much, it was much appreciated. And if you do want to shop with Entoscaped, they do some really nice enclosures and they also sell some inverts and decor as well. I have a code which I'll leave down in the description which you can get a discount on. So these little guys desperately need their rehouse, so that's what we did. I got my partner Sophie to help me out with it just to make it a bit easier, but honestly it was probably one of the easiest rehousings we've ever done. I got the enclosure set up beforehand, put loads of sphagnum moss in there, nice and dry for them, not much moisture because they don't really in the habitat have much. Made sure there was a bit of cork bark in the middle so they can anchor point web up, and then we had an extra hide on either side, including one from their original enclosure to provide some webbing that they already had. So this setup was nice, it looked good, and yeah, I really enjoyed doing it because it was so quick and easy. Now the rehousing, normally when we're rehousing our tarantulas or even the jumping spiders on occasion, it's a bit more of a fiddly process and we're always a bit worried to make sure it goes well. So we had our catch box ready just to make sure there's no escapees, but in the end we just lifted up the lid of their old enclosure, which was getting a bit too small. We found out where they were just like, yeah, we're going to cling onto our web of moss, and then we just took the entire bit of sphagnum moss and dumped it in a new enclosure, and that was perfect as well because it gives them their original web, it gives them some of their original terrain, and they were completely happy with it. They just went from one to the other and they were just like, yeah, okay. And immediately they were exploring, they were webbing up a little bit and sort of working out their new enclosure. I'm hoping they're going to establish their own little territories in there and we can see them interacting. But yeah, what an easy rehousing. I'm so grateful it went so smoothly and so quickly. And now they're in their new enclosure, they're completely happy, they're completely settled. I actually got some footage of them as well, which is great because you don't always get to see the little critters. They're a bit more reclusive than some of our other spoods, and they are really pretty. I'm so glad I got them. I'm really glad about them. I'm glad I got some footage of them, which I'm showing you now, because you don't always get to see them as easily without disturbing them. I don't really like to do that. So yeah, really successful rehousing, and they seem very happy. Hopefully they're going to have their first meals in there. I'm going to put some locust hatchlings, I think is about appropriate for their size now, and see how they get on with them, and then just update you on their progress as things go. So this is probably going to be their forever home now. It's got enough adequate space for them, and the other set we have will probably go into exactly the same kind of setup as well, and we'll observe them obviously if they do get bigger and we have loads of females, but they should be quite happy in there. And again, a big thank you for Entoscaped. Do check them out in the description, much appreciated. So that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed learning about the velvet spider. Really easy rehousing. If you have any questions, love to hear from you, but in the meantime, take care and see you later.